can feel it in the air. Could be the fear that's everywhere. Moon don't look friendly. There's blood in the sky, but I taste of sweat burning in my eyes. Yeah. The kids are getting ready. You think they're insane? And the street night's coming, and they'll never be the same. Look out for the darkness, hold on to your soul. It's a call of the wild, and it's called rock and roll. Power of the night, the streets are calling, stealing from the light, shadows calling. It's the power of the night, the streets are calling, power of the night.
Deep in the recesses of space comes a cosmic terror that hungers and multiplies until there's far too many. This is taglines. Ooh, taglines. They suck.
They kind of do this week.
Yeah, they always do every week.
Not always.
Occasionally
there's some
a good
solid ones, you know. So here's the first one. The original tasty entree.
Huh?
I feel like that was for like a re-release or something.
I guess.
Right?
But is it referring to humans or the critters?
Not exactly sure. So, another one is when you've got critters, you need all the help you can get.
Okay.
I got a bad case of critters. I slept with a girl I shouldn't have.
I need so
Doc,
bad.
I need some help.
You got that ointment for my critters?
Next one, they bite.
That one's the cool one. That's the one everyone knows. I do like that one, though.
Doc, they bite real hard.
I'm itchy.
The battle began in another galaxy. It's about to end in the Browns' backyard.
Okay.
It was a battle.
I don't know any of the characters in this movie's names.
Yeah, they're the Browns.
Yeah, I was like, oh, that's their name.
Yeah. And last but not least, they eat so fast, you don't have time to scream.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so these aren't that bad, actually. Those
Yeah,
are all pretty
they're
good.
all right.
I do like that one more. What about the last one? Don't feed them after midnight.
With a budget of $2 million, an opening weekend USA gross of $1.6 million, and a total USA gross of $13.1 million, with alien hedgehogs, face-melting morphing aliens, masticated bulls, explosions, and people eaten, with a death count of 2 humans and 8 krites, a 6.1 on IMDb, a 56 Metacritic score, and a 52% on Rotten Tomatoes. It's 1986's Critters. Let's drop some bombs.
Going to kill them. German style.
Doc, you go to the window. I'll kill him. American style.
About some damn shark's mother?
Your article's on page 1.
So bad, I don't.
Thank you, Captain.
Do something about the B.O. Come and get me, you son of a bitch.
I'll get you,
Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday, dear Jenny. Happy birthday to me.
Welcome to Bonds Away, the only podcast recorded inside a projection booth. My name is Jonathan Young. Joining me inside the studio, as always, is
the guy who just couldn't get the face right when he morphed, Tyler Rowe.
oh God!
Those guys were scary as fuck when I first saw them.
The bounty hunters?
Yeah.
Yeah. I call it dead but delicious.
Yeah. God damn, that movie's great.
Yeah. So today we're talking about 1986's Critters. But before we do that, just a gentle reminder, August 24th, you now have 2 weeks until Chopping Mall. Live at the Frida Cinema. We're screening the movie, and then we're taking on the movie.
Yes.
Live podcast style.
Yeah.
That is 7 o'clock. Tickets are on sale now at thefridacinema.org/bombsawaylive. Or, you know what?
Link tr.ee/bombsawayshow. Click that little thing that says tickets. You're good
It's
to go.
the very first link in there.
Yeah.
And that's where you should follow us. Get all our type of information. So forget the Frida one. It gets confusing because you'll get lost in that site.
Yes.
No offense to the site builder.
No, it's just
nice guy.
It's
but
a lot.
Yeah. It's a lot going on in there.
Again, link tr.ee/bombsawayshow. First one on there is tickets. Go for it.
Second one on there, t-shirts. Go ahead and buy. Hopefully I'll have my Critters t-shirt up, that Ghostbusters bowling pin.
Oh, yeah. I like that.
I do want to make a shirt of that.
A bowling shirt.
Yeah. I think I'll have it up this week. And then maybe just the Critters logo. You know, like people seem to latch on to just like the logos, like where it's just like very simple, you know. So, and then of course the Chopping Mall logo will be up this week as well. Yeah. Also, if you're listening to this, keep tuned in to our mailing list. You can go on our Facebook and you can subscribe to our mailing list, and that's where you can get information about Chopping Mall, about when we have 35% off on our t-shirts. These things are available to you by doing an email subscription. So on our Facebook, you can subscribe to our email list, our mailing list, and you can go there and just put your name in, put your email in, and then you'll be subscribed. And then every week we'll tell you when a new episode's out, and we'll tell you when we're having discounts on t-shirts, and we'll tell you when the new live show is coming and what that new live show is if you couldn't make it and you missed the announcement. These are the things that we'll be able to give you via the mailing list, something directly in your inbox instead of, I know it's hard to remember sometimes. Maybe you're listening to this on the road and you go, I would love to stop what I'm doing and give you guys a review, or I'd love to be able to subscribe, but I always forget to subscribe. Now you have something that comes directly to you, being like, hi, remember us? We're here. So yes, you can do that, or you can go to that Linktree link that we gave you.
Yes.
And the email subscription button will be right there as well.
Awesome.
Okay. So, Critters.
Critters.
Yeah.
What a movie.
I love this movie.
It was fun.
Love this movie.
I thought I turned on Night of the Creeps at first.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. This starts very similar to Night of the Creeps.
Yeah. Yeah. The beginning's weird.
I love the beginning. It was
Really?
my favorite part of this movie.
With Skin Vader?
Yes. And floaty guy.
Well, that's Skin Vader.
Yeah.
Because basically he has a head shaped like Darth Vader's helmet.
Yeah.
But it's all skin.
Yeah, he kind of looks like a Twi'lek.
To me, I go, he's the dumbest part of this film.
I liked that part because it was like, what the fuck is going on? I just really enjoy this.
So you'd never seen this?
No.
Yeah.
No. And I enjoyed the reveal of what the critters were like some intergalactic threat that were in prison.
Yeah.
That was like, hell yeah. because
they're actually smart.
Yeah, kind of. Admittingly, I've been telling Jonathan this whole time, if you have listened to the show and if you're new to the show, welcome. You may not know this about me, but I fucking love Gremlins so much. I love Gremlins 2 so goddamn much. So for the longest time, I just thought this was a Gremlins ripoff.
It's very far from that.
Turns out I'm also completely wrong in timeline wise. While this did come out after Gremlins, it was written well before it.
Yep.
And then they kind of had problems with like, oh shit, now this is like looks like a Gremlins ripoff. So yeah, that's one of the reasons why I love this reveal in the beginning that they're in prison.
Yeah.
Because I was like, oh shit, they're not just like some weird thing. They are like an intergalactic threat. And I think that's hilarious.
So I love this. I love this franchise. I actually only passionately love 1 and 2.
Is 2 the Critter Ball or is that 3?
2 is the Critter Ball, the giant, like, basically Indiana Jones ball, just full of critters holding hands.
How many Critters movies are there?
There were 4 up until like 92, and then they just released 2 new ones. One is like it was like a mini episodes. They all, like, when you combined them, turned into a full length feature film, which was being like kind of released via like the Verizon app or something.
That is weird.
Yeah, something like it was a Verizon mobile app or something.
That's the weirdest
and
place to
then
release
that
it.
got put onto Shudder.
So that's what the Shudder show is.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, where they're only like 5 to 15 minute episodes.
Oh, I didn't
or
even know
something.
that.
But they all combined into once. So it's not really a movie per se, as it
And
is
it's
a
not
full
even really
length,
like a TV show.
Right.
It's just like a mini series.
Yeah, something like that.
Weird. Okay.
And then there's another one.
Critters Attack.
Yeah.
That just came out this year.
And then I think if that's not the one with Dee Wallace, who is the mother from this film, then that one's coming as well.
Jesus.
I know there was like a critter resurgence, and I'm not exactly sure why. Like,
It's that nostalgia thing. 30 years prior is
Yep.
the 80s, and now everyone's on it.
yeah.
Think Stranger Things. That is the one with Dee Wallace.
Yes. Okay.
And she plays a character named Dee. I think she's playing herself.
Okay. Is she not playing the mom from this?
No.
guess?
Her
Interesting.
character's name is Dee.
Okay. So, Dee Wallace, if you're not familiar with Dee
Talk about a
Wallace-
filmography. Holy shit. The
Yeah.
stuff that she's well known for.
Yeah.
She is
the mom in E.T..
E.T.. She's the mom in Cujo. She's the mom in Critters. And she's in The Howling.
Yeah. Yep. Right? And she gets top billing in this.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this is post E.T., so.
It is. Yeah.
Of course you're going to. She's probably
you
the
gotta.
biggest name in the film.
Yes. Oh, no, for sure. So we're introduced to also another giant milestone here is that this is the Chiodo brothers before Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Did they?
So Chiodo brothers, special effects wizards.
That's right. They did the special effects for us.
Yes. So they were already into aliens and things like
And
from
weird
outer space
shit,
long
yes.
before Killer Clowns, you know? So this was their production company, right? And that's something it's another like modern marvel of like these are really cool puppets. These are really cool effects.
They are awesome.
And it actually goes beyond that, like overboard. In the second one, the second one,
because it just goes balls to the wall.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's I love the second one so much.
Well, it's awesome. It's funny to think that like we chose 2 movies to cover or like this month that both have insane puppetry in them for like the 2 films. Kind of, you know, alluding to next week's episode with Puppet Master. It's just like 2 like special effects like marvels of the time. Of just like really going ham with the puppets.
Practical
effects.
Love it.
Gotta be, man.
Right?
But yes, I really do enjoy this opening scene because, like I said, I love Night of the Creeps, so it really reminded me of those like little butt aliens in that movie that like run around,
Yeah.
with their little bare asses out.
Yeah.
But yeah, the critters escape from a prison on a like asteroid.
Yeah.
which is a weird.
It's a prison asteroid.
Yeah, it's a prison asteroid.
Right. It's the one from Guardians of the Galaxy.
There we go. Nowhere.
That's not that.
No, I'm just saying. I don't know. I can't remember what it's called.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they escape. So what'd you call him? Head Vader?
Yeah, it's Skin Vader. Yes, his head looks like it straight up looks like Darth Vader's helmet if
Yeah.
it was just attached to him in skin form.
Yeah, that's
Right?
gross.
And he's in this pasty yellow skin.
And he floats around.
You're right. He does look like a Twi'lek who
Yeah.
like doesn't have any feet.
Or what are the Twi'leks with like, they look like Twi'leks, but they got those big old horns coming out of the top of their heads, like the little spikes. You know what I'm talking about?
Spikes? Zabrix?
No,
like
that's
Darth Maul.
That's Darth Maul. I'm talking the guy that's in like Jabba's palace.
Welcome to Nerd's Corner, bitches.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, Twi'lek.
Is that still a Twi'lek?
Yeah, like Bib Fortuna. It's Jabba's like basically the guy, the
green
translator.
dude. Yeah, he's not
green. He's not green. He's
is he blue?
He's like this pasty yellow. Like
yes, that's right. That's right. He's
but then the
gross.
dancer one is green.
Why are the lady Twi'leks so sexy and the men are fucking
and then the
gross?
Asian blue one that's the backup singer in the special edition.
Oh fuck!
And then the blue one that's the Jedi in the prequels.
Welcome to Jonathan Wants to Fuck a Twi'lek Corner.
No, that'd be weird.
He wants to be whipped with the tendrils.
Oh yeah, just let those tendrils dangle in my face as you're riding on top.
Oh no! Oh god! But yes,
I want a woman like Plo Koon.
Who the hell is that?
That's the one with the mask that can't breathe or oxygen. That Jedi.
Oh, so you fucking nerd. I want to have sex with Greedo.
No, a Kit Fisto. That's the one with like dreadlocks.
Yes.
Yeah, let him dangle all over me.
Kit Fisto's the one who looks like the alien from Men in Black 1 that he delivers in the back of the car.
No, I want that one that's just like a serpent just sitting on the Did you see? Or the one with the long giraffe neck.
Oh, I like the guy with the big head, where his Lego was like a weird extended head guy, the bald guy on the Jedi Council.
You mean the one that's like a cone head?
The one who's like, what about the droid attack on the Wookiees? That guy.
Yeah, the cone head.
Conehead.
It's Ki-Adi-Mundi.
You are so lame.
I was so into it.
When are they going to put a critter in Star Wars?
Oh, I'm so down.
They put E.T.
Yeah. They're like, yeah, fuck yeah.
They eat Kylo Ren.
Oh no.
Oh shit.
Oh no, I can't finish what you started.
Yeah, so they're on this jail, they escape. He sends out a team of bounty hunters, which are terrifying looking.
Yeah, but they're hella cool.
They got booger heads.
Yeah,
They look like a big snot
big
ball.
glowy like mucus ball.
Yeah, and they're cool as fuck though.
They are way cool. I love them. So basically, they were introduced to the bounty hunters. One is, I know his name, Ugg. Now,
yes.
Ugg is the one that transforms and like sticks with his look, and Ugg is not something that you know the character's name from this movie. I just know it from the sequel where they give him a name, Ugg, UG, Ugg. But
I was just looking for the characters' names on IMDb, not realizing that I was on E.T. and I was really confused. I was like, the kid from E.T.'s in this movie?
Welcome to my planet, Thailand.
Elliot. Oh, shit.
Yeah. So, all right. We're introduced to the Brown Farm. Now, the Brown Farm is where we have your just middle America family. They actually are in Kansas. And we're introduced to Dee Wallace, who, is the mother.
Yes, Helen Brown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we have the father, who is Jay
Brown.
Right. And then we have the sister, who is April, which is really interesting because in her very small filmography, she also...
I just saw what she's also in. Miss Spider Sombug episode.
No.
No, go ahead.
She's in Munchies.
Which is weird.
Right? She's like, yeah, I ain't got nothing else going on. Like, I'll just do a bunch of critter-style movies. Do you think I can be in the sequel to Ghoulies too?
Oh, my God.
And then what I think is really interesting is that Scott Grimes plays Brad. And those who are unfamiliar with Scott Grimes...
I literally just looked up who he was, and I was like, no way.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so Scott Grimes, he is the voice of Steve Smith on American Dad, right? And Kevin Swanson on Family Guy.
Yeah.
Which is Joe's son.
Yeah. Wild.
Yeah, right. And Scott Grimes is also in the McFarlane space television show.
Oh, the Orville.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So those who are unfamiliar with the face of Scott Grimes,
You know who he is.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, right.
He's been in a lot.
and he plays Brad in this and in the sequel, and Brad's a goddamn hero.
This kid's wild.
Yeah.
In the starting of the movie, you're like, fuck this kid.
Yeah, because at first he just starts out as kind of like whiny,
And
like
annoying.
right? So we're introduced to them. Brad is trying to fake going to school for the day because he's got a quiz.
Yeah, and he's running the thermometer under hot water, which doesn't work.
No,
never works.
Especially because he like runs it under hot water and then like has a full on conversation at the dinner table. Do you know how thermometers work,
yeah,
buddy?
that shit cooled down.
Yeah,
I always used to.
And
just,
it still was at 105. I was like, it was just burning your mouth off.
I used to just put it like from under my tongue as soon as my mom would leave the room in the middle of my mouth and like go like. And just like breathe hot air on it to try to make it hotter.
I mean, you do realize that doesn't like you can't get hotter than what your body temperature is.
I know. I was a child.
Yeah, because some were like, put it under your armpit.
Yeah,
and you're like,
yeah.
what? No,
Yeah,
it doesn't work. Like you can't
Gotta put it
generate
in your
more
butt.
heat. Oh yeah, that's where the
Rectal
heat really goes. Yeah, things get steamy.
Now they got that cool thing they just rub across your forehead.
So, yes, April spools the fun. She's like, he's got a quiz, and also we're introduced to April's got a boyfriend now, or
Yeah.
like somebody she's interested in.
The dork from New York.
Yeah.
As Brad calls it.
Yeah, and we're also then we jump over to Lynn Shay.
Yeah. Okay. My dumbass. I was sitting here going, why?
Oh, she's the most famous person in this
Kind
film.
of. Later on, she
Yeah.
became. But I was like, why is Lynn Shay in every goddamn New Line Cinema movie? And then I realized, oh, she's Bob Shay's sister, like younger sister. So, okay, duh, obviously.
Right.
Yeah. I was like, when I realized that, I was like, oh, fuck, I'm so dumb. Like, obviously, that's what it is.
So those unfamiliar with Lynn Shay,
She's the teacher in Nightmare 1. Or, right?
that's your first pool.
Yeah, I know. No, I'm talking New Line wise. She's the teacher in Nightmare 1,
Sure,
which
sure,
would explain
sure.
why she's also in this. But she's that old lady from all the Insidious movies.
That's right. Also, she's the landlord from Kingpin.
Oh, that's right. Oh, so gross. She's been old forever,
He's just
apparently.
vomiting in the toilet.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Rent's due next month, same time.
So gross. Yeah.
So she is like the police dispatcher for this little 2-cop town.
Yeah.
Right. And then we're also introduced to Emmet Walsh as Harv, the sheriff.
Yeah.
Right?
He's cool.
Yeah. A huge character actor from the 80s.
Yeah.
Plenty of unmentionables, but like, I mean, and plenty of mentionables as well.
Oh, that's right. He's Madman in The Jerk.
Yep. Yep. He's the guy who's like, die, you son of a bitch. Just shooting. He's like, oh my God, the cans. He hates these cans. He's also, he's in Fletch. He's so many, like I said, he's a huge character actor.
He always plays cops.
Yeah, always playing this kind of character, right? And then we're introduced to Charlie, who is the town drunk and maybe a little bit special.
Did you mean oh man.
What? What?
I totally I had a joke and I lost it.
No.
Yes.
What?
Gotta give me a second.
Okay, fine. So we're introduced to Charlie, and Charlie, like I said, could be the town special person a little bit, but I can't say that with certainty because that kind of characteristic fades in the sequels for him.
He's a weird character.
Yeah.
It's a weird introduction of again that character of like, yeah, we don't want to say that he's special.
Yeah, they're basically like straight up like mice and menning him.
Yes.
Right? Because he hangs around with Brad. Like he is the help for the Browns farm. Right?
Yeah.
But he kind of is just like, stirpy derp derp derp.
Yeah, he's like almost like he's like a step away from just drooling on himself.
He's like autistic.
Yes, it's woof.
But like I said, that goes away in the sequels. It just fades. Like,
well, there's like a weird like realization for him that comes later in the movie.
Oh, you mean being sober?
No, the whole like he's actually an alien, or at least he thinks he is.
No. You confused?
Oh, I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're way confused.
I got two people mixed up.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah,
I know what's going on.
We'll get there.
People
People were like, we've seen the movie.
wow, there's like two dumb characters in this movie.
You and somebody else.
Oh, fuck you.
So, now all these people are established, but then we go back to the bounty hunters, and Darth Skin like comes in.
Darth Skin.
And he's just like, oh, hey, yeah, there's a bunch of other stuff that we wrote into the script like after we filmed that other scene with me. So like, I'm going to tell you about it right now.
Yeah, that was a weird one.
He's like, so they went to Earth, and yeah, that's where they went. So
yeah,
and
anyway, go there.
And then the bounty hunters are like, sorry, you're breaking up.
Yeah. God. And then they just head out.
No, this is like one of my favorite scenes. This is like the face melt.
Yes, where they turn into something. Okay, hey, listen, New Line Cinema. I know it was rough in the 80s. I know you had to work with what you had, and I know you probably paid money for that music video to be shot. We don't have to see the whole music video.
Okay.
It also doesn't have to be the only song you have.
Power of the Night was the only song that was available in 1986.
Apparently, it was the only song ever recorded in that year.
Power of the Night.
It sucks so much.
Streets are calling.
And every time you think they're going to cut away from this moment, they cut back to the like almost entire music video.
I love where he's like, power of, and he goes, the night.
It's the power of love.
Power of love.
What if Huey Lewis was in this instead of that guy?
Oh, shit.
That'd be so cool. Bow, 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 now.
Tell me, critters, where are we going this time?
Yeah, this face melt scene is sick.
Yeah,
it is so cool.
So basically, they're like roll stock footage of America's history.
Yeah.
Like they do in anything where an alien needs to find out quickly how things work for like Earth.
Yeah.
They're like roll footage of the nuclear bomb, roll footage of Hitler.
Which is the reason why Hitler is credited in this film, you guys. If you go to IMDb for Critters, you will stumble down a very weird black hole of the fact that you may have interned on a film and they promised you an IMDb credit and you don't have one, but Hitler has an entire fucking IMDb page.
That son of a bitch.
He gets everything, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, yeah, because like I actually did intern on a film and I've still never gotten that credit.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're going to be pissed when I show you this.
Yeah.
Here he is, Adolf Hitler.
A whole IMDb page?
Known for.
Known for.
No, for real. It's like known for Triumph of, what is this?
The Wills?
Triumph of the Will.
Okay, but that's a real thing.
Writer. He has an IMDb page where with all of his writing credits.
Oh, is it like him and Goebbels?
No, it's like literally like even stuff that he like. It's like War Comes to America, which was a
well, yeah, because Goebbels would direct it.
No, War Comes to America is an American wartime documentary.
Okay,
and he's just credited as writer for Mein Kampf. So he's like, that's why he's in, because everything you see in here is like Mein Kampf is because of him. So it's like,
but is there ones where like it says like actor himself and stuff? Because that's what we're talking about here.
there is Self 34 of just him just in there.
Yeah, because I
My
mean,
favorite is that for some reason there's 2 thanks for him. I don't know if you want that on your movie.
please, no, you can't not. You
Okay,
got to dive in.
The film Downfall, which is a German biopic about Hitler, is he's thanked.
Thanks for Hitler for like that awesome spread on the the craft service table. Really, really appreciate that.
And
like he was a real mensch.
And and the 12th man also thanks Hitler.
Oh, damn.
There was 12 saboteurs and the Nazis killed 11 of them. And for some reason, they thanked Hitler. Hey, even if Hitler was a key part in your film, don't thank him. That's a big bad no-no. Oh, that's right. Airplane has him listed in their credits as there's the title for best boy. He's credited as worst boy. This is Adolf Hitler.
Nice.
God damn it, Hitler.
Nice. Please don't let that be a new catchphrase for you. God damn it, Hitler.
Can't believe I'm gonna find it. I can't believe he's credited in this film. Fuck that guy.
Right. Thanks for sharing that.
I had to say it. That red hat I have is confusing to a lot of people.
It's really confusing. You're like, what do you mean?
No, it's just a dog on it, I swear.
Oh, man. We had a whole bunch of people from Alabama just turn us off.
They're like, oh.
You made fun of our boy.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so they watched this stock footage.
Yeah, of America.
Yeah, and all that kind of stuff. And then that video is rolling, right?
Yeah.
And what they're watching is a music video that they filmed for the film.
God damn it.
So that basically when this bounty hunter chose
Who he was
the
gonna
rock
be.
star from this music video, it would be funny that people would be like, holy shit, you're like, was it Johnny Stone?
Yeah, whatever
Is
the
it?
fuck. Yeah, I think his name is Johnny Stone.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's Jesse Stone or Johnny Stone, but literally it's basically the actor who was chosen to play this part then filmed the music video so that the joke would play, and it does play.
A lot. Yeah, it's a funny joke because it comes to fruition later. It's a patient joke.
Because it's a joke that most people in the town don't get.
Yeah, and it doesn't get its payoff until almost the end of this
With
film.
Brad meeting.
Yeah, Brad meeting him. This scene of him generating his face, the effect is
great.
so fucking cool.
It's great.
From my very basic knowledge of practical effects, I believe how it is done.
I think it's the same thing as Raiders.
It is. But in reverse, they melt a face and then they shoot it melting and then they reverse it and it looks like it's like recreating itself, which is so fucking
Johnny
cool.
Steele.
Johnny Steele.
Yeah.
Definitely not a porn star name.
Yeah.
This is our character, Logan Slimcock. But yeah, they get their faces and they head to Earth.
Yeah.
To do what they gotta do, which is basically eradicate the critters. But really, when they go out to eradicate the
Johnny
critters,
Steele is a real person. He's a soccer player
oh shit,
from Northern Ireland.
oh fuck,
Okay. Not a porn star.
oh darn. When they're first sent there, it sounds much less like kill just the critters and much more like do whatever you have to do to stop the critters, but you can kill everyone.
No, there is a with Dark Skin where he basically says like don't blow up everything like you did in the last mission.
Oh, they don't give a fuck though.
They don't.
They don't at all.
No.
That's what I'm saying. It's like they're told not to, but they're like, yeah, whatever. Collateral damage is collateral damage.
Yeah, right. So they land on Earth and no, they don't land yet.
No.
Sorry. They're en route.
Yes.
And now we're back to Brad, and he loves firecrackers.
Yes.
Brad loves firecrackers so much that he decides to blow up a silver painted model of a Y-wing starfighter.
Yeah.
And I was like, I had to run it back. I was like, you don't blow that up.
That's worth some money.
Yeah. I don't know why you painted it all silver, though.
Dick.
It's like you were trying to purposely make sure you didn't get copyright infringement.
Yeah, right.
So he's blown up these models, and it establishes that, yes, he loves firecrackers, and that'll come back into play.
Yeah, of course.
For sure, right? But he also loves a slingshot.
Yes.
Right? And you would think that would come more into play than it does by the end heroically, too.
No, he only uses it to Friday the 13th part for his sister.
Yeah. But he doesn't do it.
No, his good friend, Simple Jack.
Simple Charles.
The entire time I was like, this is just Ben Stiller's character.
Was that your joke?
That was. I thought I was thinking of the other guy, but yes, I had to look it up. Yes, Simple Jack is his good friend.
Yeah.
You never go full retard.
Yeah. You never go full Charlie.
This character's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, yes, Charlie is like he was like, oh, I'll fix your slingshot, and he's testing it out, and he decides that he's going to go for this Coca-Cola can on the fence.
But I thought he was initially, I was like, oh my God, he's going to shoot out the back window of the dork from New York's BMW.
Because we did not establish that. So, yes, hold on. Pull it back for a second. Guys, there's another celebrity in this film.
Yeah.
Maybe the coolest celebrity.
I thought he was too busy trying to win the heart of a woman and just be a big asshole, but then he dies on a boat.
I thought he was too busy saving the Amazon jungle as the Phantom.
Oh, shit. Damn.
I thought he was too busy hanging out in nightclubs with Zoolander.
I thought he was too busy being a background character in Back to the Future 2.
Oh, shit. I thought he was too busy being Biff's friend.
Yeah. I thought he was too busy apparently being in the new Amazon series, The Boys, playing himself.
Apparently.
I'm just reading off his fucking IMDb.
I know. I thought he was too busy doing whatever he does in Dead Calm. Wait, I have seen that movie. That movie's fucking good. Dead Calm with Nicole Kidman and Alan Grant.
Sam Neill?
Yes. Yeah, that movie's hella good. Okay, so guys, if you haven't seen Dead Calm, sorry for the tangent real quick, but basically Sam Neill and Nicole Kidman are a couple on a boat, and then they stumble upon this other crash boat, and there's Billy Zane, and Billy Zane straight up like locks Sam Neill in the like sinking ship and then steals the boat and like is like trying to rape Nicole Kidman and everything like through the whole movie, and Sam Neill's just trapped on the sinking ship and trying to like is like, I don't even know where they are, like I don't know how to save them, and like, wow, that was a great movie because like Billy Zane is just insane in that movie.
Well, damn, I guess we were talking about Billy Zane.
It's Billy Zane time.
I had one more in me.
Welcome to the Zane train.
I thought he was busy being Ansem in Kingdom Hearts 1. There we go.
Wah, wah. What?
Yeah, he did voice acting for Kingdom Hearts.
Okay.
He voices one of the really weird characters in that movie that's not a Disney character.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, it's Billy Zane.
I thought he was too busy being in Holmes and Watson.
Is he in that movie?
That's what it says.
Oh, that poor guy. After going through his IMDb credits, he's done a whole lot of shit.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my God, this poor guy.
Yes. So, yes, we are talking about Billy Zane. And, I mean, he's always been fun.
He's a
been
cool
lot of
guy.
fun.
He's a cool guy.
He's a cool guy with a mini ponytail this time.
Oh, shit. This is his, like, third movie.
Ever?
Yeah.
What's before it?
Back to the Future 2.
Oh, really?
Yep.
And then one as well?
No, he's in some movie called Trouble Sleeping.
Oh, shit. He was in Going Overboard. That shitty Adam Sandler movie I told you about. Like before
fuck.
Billy Madison.
Yes.
Damn. Okay.
Oh wait, no, you're right. He's in Back to
one.
the Future 1 and
Yeah.
Back to the Future 2. Yes.
Yeah,
yes, he is.
yeah.
I'm sorry. I was. Oh, he's also in Twin Peaks. That's right.
I always found that odd that like Biff's gang wasn't just them again in 3, the Wild West.
Oh yeah, that's a bit weird.
But because like everything correlates, right? So I always found that weird, and I always found that and it's because they couldn't get Crispin Glover again. I always found it weird that Michael J. Fox played his grandfather, but then Leah Thompson was still the mom in the Wild West.
Yeah, that's weird.
It was just for the joke of it, but it became odd because you're like, wait, this is the McFly family, which would lead to George in the lineage, right?
Yeah.
Like Leah Thompson wouldn't look like that.
All right, one quick last note in Billy Zane corner.
Yeah.
A film maybe for later,
Yeah.
for later in our show.
Phantom.
He also is in The Silence of the Hams.
No.
Starring my boy Dom DeLuise. Oh no.
Damn, that's your sub DeLuise.
Sub DeLuise. Jesus Christ. Yes, Billy Zane plays the dork from New York.
Right?
He's got a Porsche. Is it? No, it's a BMW.
What?
I thought it was a BMW.
No, it's a Porsche. It's like the Porsche from Risky Business.
Oh yes, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So with a license plate that's 2GR8. Too great. I love Tony the Tiger.
Yeah, and he's lame as fuck.
Yeah, I think he might be gay.
Oh no.
No, I'm dead
like
serious.
coded for it. I could see it.
Right?
Yeah.
'Cause
they're
he's-
playing him pretty effeminate and flamboyant.
Yeah.
He's got that ponytail.
Right. So basically Charlie from afar is trying to like line up the shot with the Coke can.
He knew what he was lining up for.
Yeah, he's like that ass.
That ass.
And he hits April and she thinks it's Brad and immediately chases him around. And then Brad gets confronted by his dad, and they're both wearing MAGA hats for some reason. They are.
Yeah, they are wearing
just like bright red hats. I was like, why is everyone wearing a MAGA hat?
Because this is MAGA country.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, and
They're
then
not bringing their best.
No,
They're critters.
They're critters.
They're krites. They're munchies.
We welcome the critters, but not the munchies. Don't even get me started on the hobgoblins. The Mogwai are okay.
Mogwai.
That sounds like something you might say.
Always remember, don't feed them after midnight, especially KFC.
Oh man, but yeah, Brad, because Charlie, that's his name, right?
Yes.
Was already getting in trouble with Brad's dad for like basically letting Brad dick around.
Yeah, but also like not working. Like his dad was in the middle of fixing a car
And couldn't find him.
And yeah, he was
Yeah.
just not there.
So in order to cover Charlie's ass, Brad says, "I did it. I snapped her with it. I'm sorry."
Right.
So he takes away his slingshot, and his firecrackers,
and then sends him to his room.
Yeah, this kid gets sent to his room a lot in this movie.
Actually, no. You think that, but this is all in one night.
I'm saying for one night he gets sent to his room a lot. It's like 3 times.
Like he's sent to his room and he doesn't really leave that. He's grounded. He's grounded for 2 weeks, is what his dad tells him when he brings him dinner later.
Yeah, well, that's a funny one too. He sends him. He says, "Go to your room." Oh, that's right. This is the same. He's like, "Go to your room with no dinner." It's like, what a weird punishment for a family to put on their child. That always happens in movies, and it's always confused.
Oh, the
me.
no dinner thing.
Yeah, it's like, what the fuck kind of punishment is that? Go to your room. You're not allowed to eat, you little bitch. I bet you're hungry now, huh?
Go to eat and starve.
Yeah, it's like go to school the next day all like lethargic. They're like, what's wrong? He's like, my parents don't feed me when I'm bad.
They can't afford school lunch.
Anyway, there's some critters at my house. Oh my God, he's delirious.
Oh no, he's got critters. Get him! Build a goddamn wall.
Oh no. So
that'll keep him out. They can't roll through that.
So he goes to his room, and his dad brings him some dinner.
Yeah.
He's like, all
well,
right.
not before the rest of the family's eating at the table.
Yes.
This is where I'm like, this is like sign one where I'm like, oh, Billy Zane might be gay.
Oh no.
Because like April is straight up like grabbing his bulge under the table. And like the mom is straight up like, yeah, they gonna fuck. Like she's just like, she's this mom is a cool mom.
Yeah, cool mom.
Because basically, the dad is acting like he's just like, oh, you guys are leaving? And then straight up is just like, I thought you guys might want to come watch me bowl tonight. And I'm like, in what world, Dad? Listen, Mark.
Yeah, she's cool as fucking mom.
Yeah, because like after that, the dad like turns to the mom and it's like, did you have that conversation about the birds and the bees? And she's like, years ago. And he's like, years ago? Like she'd been fucking for a while.
We didn't talk about the birds and the bees. We talked about the ropes and the chains, honey.
Well, good thing I'm not worried because that kid's gay.
Oh no.
Because like Billy Zane is like, oh no, hey, no, don't touch that. No.
Yeah.
Like jittery about it.
Yeah, this is when they end up in the barn.
Right.
And to quote the immortal words from good friend of the show, Joe, they fucking.
Or maybe not.
Yeah, it's a weird.
Because like she's like coming on to him like hard.
It just looks like they're rolling in the hay and getting really messy.
roll, Zane.
Oh God.
Yeah, they're just rolling about and about and about. Like it's just like for what seems like hours.
Yes, because it's enough time for them to go upstairs, give Brad some dinner, Dad apologize, and also be like, give me the fucking slingshot. I know it's under your bed.
But then also go and investigate the critter.
A hate crime against a cow.
And then come back and then actually then also get attacked in the basement.
Yes.
That, I'm telling you, at least 2 hours have gone by of just making out. Which, okay, fair. That was me too. Like back in high school, you know?
Yeah, just couldn't close the deal.
No.
Yeah.
Come on, baby. There's going to be some critters here. We got to get going.
They're like, what the fuck, you weirdo? Damn, I just love critters.
Stop calling them critters. It's derogatory.
It's a vagina. Those are cooters.
Oh, no. They bite.
That's teeth. That's a different film. Yeah, so they hear a weird noise and they go and investigate out in the field.
Yes. Yeah. No, well, actually, Brad sees the spaceship land.
Yes, that's right. He sees it land.
And they think it's a meteorite or something.
Yeah, so him and his dad go out
I've seen the blob. This does not end well.
And his dad goes out there
and Brad is up in the tree.
Yeah,
like,
for
climbing
some
out.
fucking reason.
Well, because he's trying to climb down
sneak
to
out. He's
investigate.
like, what are you doing? And he's
Right?
like, the earthquake.
Yeah, he's like, it threw me right out my window. And he's like, that's some bullshit, boy. I do like that dad.
Yeah, he's a cool dad.
Right? And he was going to go bowling. So he's wearing this sick ass shirt and that I was obsessed with as a kid.
This bowling shirt is so fucking cool.
Okay. I was obsessed with this for one reason, because like as a child, right? As a child, you don't quite understand that like the movies like this, right? You don't, as a child, you're like, oh, like, isn't that crazy? Like he's wearing a shirt like that on the back of it has like what looks like a Ghostbuster logo, but it's a bowling pin as the ghost, right? And as a kid, you're like, that's fucking crazy. Like that's the Ghostbuster logo. Like what?
Yeah, you're not even thinking that it's like on purpose.
Yeah. You're just like, how is that in this movie?
He's so dumb.
Right? But then as an adult, you're like, yeah, that was the joke.
Yeah, you idiot.
Yeah, right? But I loved it. Because as a kid, you're just like, look at him wearing that fucking Ghostbuster thing. It's Ghostbusters, right? And at the same time, you're like, wait a minute, that was only 2 years prior.
Yeah, it's still very in the collective consciousness.
Which I love that, like, because that's the thing. As a kid, you're like, what? Like, how is he even wearing that? And you're like, yeah, that would be like fully in the zeitgeist, and like people would be like, we make mock-up t-shirts all the time.
Yeah, people would just be like, oh shit, that's awesome.
Yeah. But
you fucking idiot. You stupid dumb kid. You fucking moron.
you fucking dumb bastard.
I'm going to build a time machine, go back in time, and just call you an idiot at that moment. And you're going to be so scarred your whole life.
Yeah, and then I'll remember you.
Like Craig Robinson's wife in Hot Tub Time Machine. Honey, you know I'd never cheat on you. You remember when I was in 3rd grade and that man called me on the phone?
Yeah. That's right. That's good.
That's a good movie.
They're both pretty fun.
Yeah.
So the Krites do land, right? Which I'm calling them by their like genome name, by the way. They're Krites, not critters.
Yeah, they're called Krites, yeah.
And so they land, and Brad and Dad stumble on
An obliterated steer.
just completely gone.
Yeah.
Right. And they're like, what happened? And like, he's straight up like, I don't know, but I don't want to find out without my gun.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm like, that's the first time.
That is a smart move.
That's the first time that I will justify the guns.
Yeah.
The other time is when 50, what is it?
30 to 50 wild hogs threaten my family on their playground.
This guy watched Critters.
Yeah. Nobody needs an assault weapon. Well, what about when I got to protect my family from 30 to 50 Krites and one large one? Oh, shit. Topical humor that Jonathan found out about 30 minutes ago.
Yep.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it works, though.
It works. It does.
So they find this bull, and then they go back, and then we go over to a deputy, and he is driving along, and he is hitting hard on
Sally.
Oh, Sally. Thank you.
Lynch.
Yeah. And he's just like, hey, you trying to go out for donuts and coffee tonight? And she's like, no.
She's like, no, you moron.
Right? Yeah. She's like, not now, not ever. Right? And I'm like, what is with everybody like inviting women out to donuts and coffee? Like they all watch Plan 9 with that pilot.
Yeah. God.
Sorry, we're going to be in Albuquerque and that's going to be late.
Yeah. So yeah, she says no. The Critters ship flies.
No, they roll across the ground.
That's right. Which is like, dude, you live in the South. There's armadillos. You're fine.
Yeah.
They get hit all the time. He proceeds to drive his car into like a ditch.
Yep. And then
he gets,
well, he's like looking for whatever the animal might have been, right? And then he gets like porcupine like darted in his leg, and he just drops to the ground numb as hell. And which I always thought the Critters like dart thing was really cool, because
that is
like,
pretty cool.
Oh shit, just hedgehogs.
They can shoot you too.
Right? Oh man, they're gonna make a Critters digital one. It's gonna be fucked up one day, and people are gonna complain, and then they're gonna have to change it. Sonic the Hedgehog.
Oh, I was like, where are you going
I
with
don't
this?
know.
I thought you were like, the Critters shot first. Is this weird like tangent you're going on?
That'd be cool.
They proceed to pull him under the car.
Nope. He proceeds to.
Oh, that's right.
No, like, I mean, you're right, but like the way it's done, he proceeds to like lean into the camera and be like, I'm gonna go under.
Yeah. He's going under on his own, basically.
Yeah, right. Like, oh no.
And then he gets eated.
Yeah,
he gets crittered.
Jeff is gone.
Goodbye, Jeff.
Goodbye, Jeff. Right? So now the bounty hunters has landed, and the one bounty hunter has still decided not to change.
Yeah, he's still a boogerhead.
He can't pick a face that he likes.
He could never get the faces right.
Yeah. And so they decide to just walk around, and they find Jeff's police car. And they find Jeff lying on the ground, and they're like, shit, they're here.
Yeah.
Right? And then the other bounty hunter is like, because the other bounty hunter is like, you need to change.
Yeah.
Right. And so he sees Jeff's body on the ground and decides to change into that.
Which has a pretty humorous payoff because he changes into it and he has his head turned and then he turns it and there's a bunch of like fucking scratch marks all over one side of it.
There's scratch marks, and because like his neck's broken or something, like he's like kind of like his face is pushed to the side on one side too.
He looks like Vincent D'Onofrio in Men in Black.
I put my hands on my head.
Sugar water. Damn, that's the second reference to Men in Black,
right? I beg to differ.
But yeah, so he finally changes.
Yes, and now he is the dead, reanimated corpse of Jeff.
Yeah, which is like, that's more terrifying.
Yeah,
you should have just remained as Booger Man.
Yeah, it would have worked out for you. Don't worry about it, buddy. So now, Dad, who is like, we got to call somebody, right, back at the farm. He's like, let's call, and then the phone's dead.
Yep.
So he decides to go down in the basement to check that out.
Shouldn't have gone down there.
And all like the power, everything has been cut.
Yeah.
The critters are just like, you know what? Fuck these guys.
Let's make it really dark.
Let's make it spooky.
Spooky.
Yeah. Which they talk with subtitles.
Yes, and we'll get to it, but holy fuck, is that the best part?
Yeah. Well, the first time they introduce, like, you can hear them talking as they escape in the beginning, and then when they land, they're like, "What's next?" And they're like, "Food."
Yeah,
yeah.
But
the one, yeah,
yes, we're gonna get there.
So, now, Dad hears some rumbling in the basement, right? And he goes over to the shelf, and there's one, and he's just like, right? Which all the puppets are just like,
yeah, they're literally just like a hand puppet.
Yeah, and they wherever they are, if they're not rolling, they're in place, just bopping up and down.
Yeah, and opening their mouths. They're so fun, though.
Yeah, and. So basically, it's just a bunch of toupees, like just
they're just like little hair, which is so funny because to go back to
Trump,
no, to go back to Midsummer, right? You think about the design of these critters, right? This was a low budget film for the most part, right? Mm-hmm. The design for these critters, you could tell, was just like, oh, fuck, whatever, you know, and just like, whatever, just make it, right? And then when we were at Midsummer, we found a booth that was selling
the little
critters.
Yeah.
And you could tell so much work went into making them. And it's just so funny to think now it's like, yeah, it's going to be really hard work making a critter. And back then they're like, fuck, I don't know, eyes on a hair.
Give it some teeth.
Whatever. Fuck it. We're going to get called a Gremlins ripoff anyway.
But they are like, that's the interesting part, is that like certain puppets are more like expressional than others too.
Yes.
You know, some are just like,
like I said, some of them are literally just like it looks like someone just put their hand in it and opened the mouth as wide as they can, like almost like a Muppet.
Yeah.
And then they were like, yeah, that's good.
Others are literally just like, the one that's in the toilet is just a hairpiece.
Yes, it is. Yes. And then others are just hairy balls that someone chucked really hard to roll across the scene. It's so cool and so endearing, though. It's a lot of fun.
Well, that's a funny part for me, is like when they're balls, they seem like full-fledged like creatures.
Yeah.
Right? But when they're like hand puppets, they're like, I'm skinny, and really the ball thing doesn't make quite sense.
It's really dumb, honestly, but
right?
Yeah, so he's in the basement, power's all out.
Yep. And they just attack.
The critters.
There's all over.
No,
him.
That's 2019 critters attack.
Yeah.
This one's critter beat up.
Yeah, because Dad is getting attacked and the mom won't let Brad downstairs to help him. And Dad finally just grabs a hammer and just plows it into the skull of one.
Beats the shit. Okay, there is some critter abuse in this movie. Holy shit.
Yeah.
I was not anticipating them to like beat the living shit out of some of these critters.
It's great.
It's great. It really is.
So then they go upstairs. They lock themselves in the house. And at this point, oh man, Billy Zane. It's time for you to go, buddy.
He can't catch a fucking break.
Right? And then the this maybe the only time when Power of the Night isn't playing.
It's the song that's not playing.
Yeah, it's something like, you know, it's sexy.
Sexy, so sexy.
And they're still making out, right? And then that song stops.
Yes.
And he's like, I got this.
Oh, this is great.
Yeah. And he like puts his hand up like to change the tape, and a critter bites his fingers off.
Like it's like a hot knife through butter. There was no resistance. It was just like, jump.
Yeah.
And he's like, ah!
No. How am I supposed to grab the heart of the ocean?
No. Now Kate Winslet will never marry me.
Oh no. How am I supposed to protect the Amazon rainforest?
Oh no. How am I supposed to make all those other shitty movies I did?
Oh no. We're just recycling the same jokes we did 20 minutes ago.
Oh no. I'm in Zoolander 1 and 2 as myself.
I shouldn't have been in 2. Nobody.
That's what everyone's saying. Yes, he gets got.
Oh yeah,
by the critters.
He eats his fingers off, and then another one's just like, "Give me that stomach."
Yeah,
It just like dives into his stomach, which is another funny thing. Is like when the actors have to pretend that they're being eaten by
they're
these
like holding
critters.
them, basically just being like, ah! Yeah, that's my favorite. Is when people get attacked by puppets and they basically have to do the puppetry for them for the other people because they have to like shake them on themselves. He looks like he has one of those like those toys from the 90s that you just turn on. They have little spikes on them and they just like vibrate. That's what he's like shaking on himself.
Oh, an everlasting gobstopper toy.
Yeah, they look like that. Yeah.
So what I find is funny is that like just for the sake of like basically who the movie decides will live and die, right? Is like how vicious a critter will be to somebody.
Yes.
Because like Dad literally like that seemed like a 2-minute battle between like multiple critters.
And he survived.
Right. And they're only like, give me that shoulder. Nom, 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 nom.
Yeah.
Right. Like Billy Zane is just like, my stomach. Oh,
he shit got fucked up quick.
Right. That one's just like, give me that intestines. Nom, 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 nom.
That's what the goodies are.
Right. And April's screaming, and Brad hears it from in the house, and he's like, oh my God, April. Because he knew they were in the barn. He watched them from up in his bedroom.
So he runs down. This next part, it made me laugh, but I was also like, come on.
Chicken coop?
Well, the chicken coop one's funny, yes. Okay, so he runs down, and there is a critter in the chicken coop that is very clearly like eating the chickens.
But it just seems like he's humping
It's
it.
humping the chicken coop. It's just holding it, being like, and it's like, what the fuck?
Right? Which is also funny because later those chickens are alive.
Yeah, he threw them back up.
Yeah.
They only like human. Yeah. He goes in to save his sister, and there's a critter there, and she's like hitting it with a stick. And
it's a pitchfork that the critter, she tried to stab it, and he's just straight up was just like, nom. And
he
like
ate it.
he
Broke it off. Yeah. So she just smacking it on top of the head, and then Brad throws a firecracker.
Right. He didn't get rid of them all, I guess.
Yeah. And he eats it a la The Mask style.
Okay.
And it blows up in its mouth. Smoke comes out, and you're like, oh, fuck. This critter's going to kill them now. And then it just falls over and dies. It's so funny because it's I love it because it's, again, that like subverting expectations. You're like, this critter's going to blow up. And then it literally is just like, thud.
But also, how did it not blow up?
I know, it's hilarious. It didn't blow up, but it still just died. Which is fucking funny.
Especially because, like, okay, Brad's level of like his firecrackers and or dynamite, right?
It's like M80s.
Wildly, like just all over the place. It could either like not blow a critter up or disintegrate an entire spaceship.
Yes. Yeah.
There's multiple levels here.
It's like it's the difference between like buying fireworks at one of those stands outside a Walmart or like buying fireworks in a seedy alleyway in Chinatown.
Yeah. With your mug.
Did I ever tell you the story the firework that my friend got from Chinatown?
No.
My friend's dad was helping clean out a warehouse in Chinatown, and some guy said, "Hey, here's some fireworks. Like, we just found them." And it was bottle rockets, and then it was this thing shaped like a big wine cork, and that was it. Like, that's all it was. And we were like, oh, hell yeah, let's blow this up at the school. So we stupidly...
What?
Yeah, so we were just like, let's just blow it up at the school near my house.
I mean, you went to school post Columbine.
Oh, yeah, I did. Yeah. No one was in school. It was during the summer, but we put it down. And for some reason, we're like, let's put this plastic milk crate we found on above it. We lit it. All it was a blasting cap. And it set off car alarms in the neighborhood. It was just like boom, boom. And it threw plastic shrapnel everywhere. So maybe that's what Brad got his hands on, because that chick almost killed us. It was scary.
Yeah.
It was cool, though. But yeah, Brad's a maniac.
Yeah. But he's a cool maniac. Like, for a kid, I was like, this kid's a fucking hero.
Just wait till he gets a shotgun.
Yeah, right. Which he will.
Yes.
That's crazy. So basically, now Brad grabs April and is like, get in the house. And then they basically cut away now to the bounty hunters who are about to arrive at church.
Jesus Christ, this scene's wild.
So there's a little church. It's a nighttime service, right? There's an organ player. There's a whole bunch of people. And then the pastor is like, I would like to talk about Sodom and Gomorrah tonight. And there's like ladies in the audience like,
and then the bounty hunters proceed to just blow through the patio of this church.
What's funny about that, because they don't know how to drive a car.
Yeah.
So the first gear that they were able to put it in is reverse, and then it got moving, and they're like, I guess this is how we drive cars.
Yeah.
Like in reverse.
Yeah.
For halfway through the movie, they're just driving in reverse everywhere.
Jesus Christ.
And they just plow into the outside awning
of the church.
Right? And then people are like, oh my God. Right? And then they just show up in their red leathery
they're very clearly from space outfits.
Right? Kind of like Mad Max bikers.
Yeah.
Right? And they're jingling they're like Wild Western, jing, 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 as they're walking in. People are like, my God, what has happened?
Yeah.
Right? And they're like, Jeff? Deputy Jeff? What the fuck is going on? Right? And then they're like, we want the crates. And they're like, I don't know what you're talking about. Nobody does. Right? And what I love about this scene is think about this for a second. Two guys just blasted into your church, right? You're all about the Lord and everything anyway, right? And then one of them is your deputy.
Yeah.
Right? And he's all fucked up, right? He's just bloody, scarred, right? Nobody knows what's going on. He's not even talking. The other one's talking. That guy from that music video that just won't stop playing, right? And then he walks up to you and talks about something about Christ. And you're like, I don't know what the fuck is going on, right? But somebody's got to fix this door. And then just out of nowhere, your deputy looks you dead in the eyes as the pastor of this church. And you've got to be a leader, man. I'm sorry.
You're really building a story here.
You gotta be strong for your people, right? And then your deputy looks you straight in the eyes and then just fucking starts face melting.
Yeah.
Right? And then that face melts down to bone and then melts back up, and it's you. What do?
You start preaching a quicker sermon.
I'd like to talk about Raiders of the Lost Ark.
I'd like to talk about whatever the fuck is going on in this church.
Right? What do you do? You're just that. I just walked out the church.
Any other movie would have had and there is no God, thank you, and close the Bible and walk out.
Right? And then as this new form that is taken, right? That woman passed out on the organ, and it was like, ta-da!
Yes.
Right? And then the new pastor is just fuck that organ and blows it up. Hell.
Yes. Yes. And then you just start blowing the church to hell after that.
They just walk out after that.
Yeah.
The bowling alley is what they blow to hell.
That's right.
But they just walk out, and people are just like, what?
Excuse me?
And then the scene just ends.
Yeah.
It's so great.
What a weird just tangent scene.
Yeah. So now we're back to the Brown farm, and they're like, we've got to go. We've got to get help. We've got to take the truck. Let's get out of here. So they go out the back door that conveniently has a door stopper like that, like will lock as soon as you leave. Right?
Yeah.
And then they get to the truck and the critters are way ahead of them.
They're fucking in the truck.
Hey, you guys need this?
Oh, sorry. My bad.
Sorry.
Roll the windows up. You're letting all the stank out.
Great. Crate stank. Crate juice.
Ugh.
Yeah, because they're green inside.
They are. We do learn that.
Yeah, most things are green inside. We're going to learn that in a couple episodes.
Yeah. God damn. Yeah.
So then they go to the truck and they notice that it has been torn to shreds.
Yeah.
They're just one step ahead of them the whole time.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, we know what trucks are.
Well, that's why they're intergalactic like super villains.
Yeah. We know what trucks are. Yeah, we got it.
We got it.
We know what a phone, we know exactly what a phone cord looks like.
We know electricity.
Yeah.
One of us is an electricity critter. We're going to get a smart critter eventually.
We put him on hold. Yeah.
Oh, gremlins.
Nice. We got a vegetable critter.
Oh, Jesus. We got a really dumb critter. Wow, Gizmo, you're really wired. Oh, goddamn.
Spider critter.
I love Gremlins 2 so much.
Critters 2, the new batch.
Fuck Critters 2. No, I'm just kidding. I just wanted to make you mad. But yes, the critters fucked the truck up. They're not leaving.
Yeah.
So
now they, like, the critters are just surrounding them.
Yeah.
They're like, oh shit, back to the house.
yeah, basically.
Right? And they try to get in the front door and it's locked. And Brad, being superstar kid that he is just like, I'll go to the back door. And he straight up like goes around the other side. And then there's a critter like on his heels and he climbs. Well, first he tries the back door, not working. Right. And then he climbs up that tree.
Yep.
And he gets up into his room and then opens the front door, goes back downstairs, opens the front door. Everybody's in.
Yeah.
Right. Now, at this point, I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought.
Uh-oh.
No, mostly because like he is this crazy superstar of a kid who saves his own family from their own stupidity constantly.
Yeah.
In this film.
He's cool.
Right? Love this kid, right? Seemed annoying in the beginning, but like literally saves the day so many times.
From learning nothing is basically the weirdest part about this too. He doesn't even have like an arc. He just becomes the same kid he was.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
Right? So now, I'm sorry because there's a line that I wrote.
Oh no.
Right? And it took me back. I was like, is this already? Yes, it is. Remember, we put a pin on it. Is the critters and their dialogue.
Holy shit.
This is it.
This is the best.
That's why I was like taken aback. I was like, oh, wait, pause.
So
yeah.
They get a gun.
They had a gun.
They have a gun.
Yeah, they had a shotgun, right? And
the door opens and there's two critters on the porch.
Well, before that, they go, they have weapons.
They have weapons.
Right? They're like, right?
Yes.
And they're like, it says, they have weapons. And the other one goes, so what?
And then that one gets fucking blown away by the shotgun.
Yeah, so the door reopens, right? Just cracks open and the shotgun comes out and just like, blam!
Just blows him away. I think they really shot a critter's doll, like for real.
And then the other critter just goes, fuck.
Like, it's so good.
Not like how we just go, like that's what they seem to have said. No, it just like literally it says fuck at the bottom of the screen.
All caps was an exclamation point.
It was so good.
Yeah, it's so funny.
And he just rolls away.
Yes. Yeah. So then they leave the house. No, they're already back in. Yes.
They're back in the house. They're surrounded.
Yeah.
They don't know what to do. Now, let's jump back to those bounty hunters.
Yeah, they go to the bowling alley.
Imagine if you will.
Oh my God. This behind me is a maintenance service elevator. Okay, Rod Serling of the critters.
You're hanging out in the bowling alley, right? And you're there with like the entire town because that's the only thing to do.
Because there's only 10 people.
Yeah. And you're there, and the town drunk, he's sitting at the bar, right? He's spouting off about aliens. He says he saw a comet tonight. Like, nobody's paying attention. You gave him the bottle, right? You're like, just don't bother me. Then some guys in some red leather, like alien Mad Max looking shit just walk through the door, right? And then they never seen bowling before, I guess. So they pick up a ball. Kind of looks like a critter ball, right? They proceed to throw it so fucking hard into like the bowling pins.
Yeah.
I guess because they saw bowling going on around them.
I do like when they flinch when it comes out of the like ball return.
Yeah.
It like comes out and he's like, oh.
fucking critter. Yeah. So they just throw that bowling ball just and obliterate like 10 pins.
Yeah.
And some guy's like, damn, what team's he on?
Yeah, so dumb.
Right? So you're sitting at the bar. You're,
Oh my God.
You're drunk. You're drunk as fuck because like nobody believes you. Nobody believes that there's aliens. You've been talking about aliens forever. You're about to get your own National Geo show. And these guys just roll in and they're like, we want the goddamn critters. We're so sick of this town. And you're like, is that Johnny Steele?
Yeah.
From that music video that won't stop playing?
We get one channel in this country, or this part of the country, and it's that Johnny Steele music video.
You're like, is that the Reverend? Is he literally just making house calls now? And people are just starting to surround these guys and doing their like, you're not from around here.
We don't like strangers.
Yeah. They do that thing where they put their hand on somebody's shoulder and then that guy normally, mostly every single time pulls the Arnold Schwarzenegger Terminator 2 thing and breaks their hand off.
Yeah.
Because that's what happens.
Yep.
And then straight up, the guy takes one look at Charlie. And then becomes Charlie.
Hell yeah.
Right? And then the TV like has some gunshots and these guys go hog wild.
They blow the
this bar.
shit to the, yes, this bar. God damn
Which
it.
I don't understand why though.
Because they have PTSD.
like they shot the TV. Okay, I get it. But then they just are like blam, 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 blam. And everybody's running out of the bowling alley like, my God.
Because cool as fuck.
Right? Now, as this has happened, right? Harv, the sheriff, he's in bed, right? He gets a phone call from Sally being like, you got to come. Like basically Charlie, Johnny Steele, and the Reverend just shut up the bowling alley.
Yeah.
She shut up the bowlerama. It's how she talks.
Yeah. God damn, this shit's wild.
Right? Meanwhile, Harv, like, has a picture of Dolly Parton pinned up, just pinned on the wall.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're like, God damn it, Dolly. I'm going to solve your murder right after I jack off to you.
She's not even dead.
I know. But it is just a torn out newspaper.
He's getting ready to go fight the critters. He's like, working 9 to 5. Ain't no way to make a living. Yeah, so
it's just a little bit of bunch of play.
Yeah, so now the whole town's on high alert about the critters.
No, just about these bounty hunters.
Yeah, basically, just the bounty hunters.
Nobody still knows what they're talking about.
Yeah, and then basically, like, no one does anything because the movie just takes place on the barn for the rest of the time.
So at this point, the Browns have to make it upstairs now because the critters got in.
Yeah.
They got in. They They're in the kitchen. They're in the living room. They flip a couch over on one. And like, what I think is funny about the critters is they're like, well, how do we make it believable that they haven't attacked yet? Okay, let's make it that they have to chew through the couch. They can't just go around.
No. Also, these critters die so easily.
Yeah.
Again, because
so Brad has the shotgun.
this is my favorite because
they dart the mom in the neck.
Yes.
The dad already got darted in like the leg, so he's kind of gimpy now. And the mom just straight up is just like, passed out.
Yeah.
Right? Because that's what their poison does.
Yeah.
It
makes you sleepy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or numb. Because the dad can't feel his hand or something. And so everybody's like running upstairs, and Brad's got the shotgun, and he tries to point it at the critter, and instead trips.
It falls, proceeds to shoot the ceiling fan.
Right.
It falls. He rolls out of the way, and it just crushes a critter flat.
Bonk.
Yeah. Now imagine if we got a Mac and Me alternative ending to Critters, where he trips and the gun goes off, and he just kills himself.
Imagine if you will.
No, stop. Could you just imagine
You're a handicapped child
if Brad
at a
was
gas station?
if Brad fell and just like and just like shot his face off?
The police are being very, very hostile towards your alien friends.
They shoot your child again. God bless you, Mac and Me alternative ending.
Which we still haven't posted.
We'll do it.
One day.
But yeah, so then he shoots the ceiling fan, it falls, it crushes a critter, and he gets away.
Yep.
Meanwhile, we're introduced to the fact that there's a different type of critter out there.
Yeah. One that's growing.
Yeah, in this, I'm sorry, but this big critter is so fucking dumb.
Which is why the fact that critters like grow past like normal critter size went away after this movie.
Because he only shows up in scenes where he passes in the background of stuff.
Excuse me, coming through.
Because he runs by a window later and they're like, ah!
Chris Farley critter.
Oh, God. He falls
he's
through
just
his table.
big and dumpy.
Yeah, and he just reaches through stuff. Like, he's just like, I'm in the cabinet somehow. Guy's so fucking big.
And he like literally has the same arm as that like oversized gremlin arm in the elevator of Gremlins 2.
Yeah.
You're like, why are the arms so big on Phoebe Cates? Is she that tiny?
She is.
Yeah. He's like, ooh, hair.
So, Brad gets out of there. There's a big gremlin now.
Well, okay, so like the critters are following them up the stairs, like chasing Brad on his heels, and then Brad grabs like a lit lantern and just throws that onto the carpet. Like I was like, damn, you're just gonna light yourself and everybody else on fire.
Fuck it, as long as we don't die to those gremlins. I mean, critters. Fuck, that was actually like a Freudian slip. Yeah, as long as we don't get eaten by critters,
right? Just lights one on fire, and it's like no, and like balls itself, and somehow knows what a toilet is, and immediately goes into
jumps
the toilet.
in the toilet.
Yeah,
dump.
That's those weird things where like the bounty hunters don't seem to know what the hell's going on, but critters are just like, I know what a toilet is, I know what a phone line is, I know what a truck is.
I think it's kind of been it was kind of like loosely explained that they're like very dangerous. So I think they've maybe been everywhere at some point.
I've been in shitters before.
Oh no, someone forgot to flush.
So now Brad and April put out the carpet. It was like a throw rug that lantern was thrown on, and the critters got kind of scared away by the fire. So now, as this is happening, Harv has visited the people at the church.
Yeah.
And there wasn't much to the scene except for the organ player, as they're describing it. They're like, they were dressed like people from Los Angeles.
Yes, I really like that line.
I was like, what does that mean?
You know what it meant.
S&M people.
S&M people. The worst type.
Oh, no.
I'm just kidding. S&M people, you're cool.
Yeah. So now there's a crate that basically like I'm getting ahead of myself. Sorry, I was
No,
going
it's
to say
okay.
it.
You get ahead of
but
yourself.
basically, Brad is like, I've got to go for help.
Yes,
Dad,
that's right. He leaves.
Gotta go.
I was trying to remember how he ends up with the bounty hunters.
Right.
And I was like, oh, yeah, that's right. He just leaves.
Yeah, he's like, Dad, I gotta go for help. And like, Mom's passed out. Like, you're in no condition to go. Like, I'm the one who knows like how to do it. Right.
Has this happened yet when the gremlins are going ape shit in the bedroom?
Freudian slipped it again.
Did I say gremlins again?
Yeah.
God damn it. When the critters go.
It's about to.
Okay, this fucking scene.
I love it.
Got me real good.
So the dad's like, you ride like hell, boy. You do it, right? And this is what I find is funny. So Brad leaves the house, like goes outside, climbs down the tree again, and then there's straight up like a critter who's like leaning up against his bike. Like, hey, you're not from around here, are you, kid?
Yeah, basically.
Like, just a critter in a dark alley.
That's my bike. It's Debo Critter.
Yeah, that's when he also stumbles onto like onto the critter a growing thing.
Yes.
Where he's like, oh my God, they're growing.
Now they're going to eat me. Oh my God.
And so then he gets out of there. He gets on his bike and gets out of the farm. So at this point, this is your favorite scene. This is like they go back to the house, right? Just like cut back to the house.
Yeah.
And then this is where they're talking about being like, oh, I hope he's going to be okay, right? And then they start hearing like smashing and stuff. And then like literally all the critters are in Brad's room.
Just fucking shit up.
And then there's a song that's playing, which is also the theme. It's actually the Critters theme song.
Yeah.
So there's the like music video song that everybody knows, but there's also this one, which is actually called the Critter Skitter.
Oh my God.
And they're just I don't even understand.
They're just going nuts.
They're just like, yeah, let's fucking eat this pillow. Yeah, yeah. And they're just bopping up and down because it's just hand puppets, like just like basically like scurrying feathers. Like feathers, yeah, fucking feathers.
But again, to the whole thing of the critters talking, we get a great line here of the critters. They look over to his nightstand, and on his nightstand is an ET plush. And one of the critters says,
which is the same ET plush that is on the shelves of in the end of Gremlins in the department store that Stripe like kind of like pushes through.
oh yeah,
It's the same plush.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So
Maybe
like
Critters is a ripoff. So he looks at it and says, "Who are you?" And then proceeds to fuck it up.
I fucking hate Phantom Menace.
Yeah, it's so funny. God damn it, they hate E.T. So
Right? I'm gonna eat the mom later.
Brad's out looking for help, and he stumbles upon the police
This is
car.
also where we see like the big like as they're eating.
It goes
that
by the
giant
window.
human
Yeah.
size one. He's human size.
Yeah, it looks like a Sesame Street character,
Yeah, it does.
like Snuffleupagus.
no, it's Sweetums. Hey, wait for me.
I'll help you, Bunny.
Wait, I want to go to Hollywood too.
So
Doom.
So he runs to he finds the police, who he thinks is the police.
Yes.
He jumps in front of their car to stop them.
Right.
And he gets in, and this is another great line.
Yeah.
But because it's the Reverend at this point, right?
No, it's Charlie.
He goes, Charlie? Johnny Steele? It's so fucking dumb. He's like, we gotta go. God damn it.
Yeah. It's like Dad's down for the count. Mom's got a harpoon in her neck, and they're getting bigger.
And they're like, huh? And he's
Yeah.
like, oh.
There's these little critters, and they're like straight up like Johnny Steele. It just grabs him, and he's like, "We want the fucking critter. Where are they? Where's the detonator? Where is she?" And yeah, so like then he's just like, what, Charlie? Okay, you guys aren't from around here, right? Because like he's like, Charlie, you know where my house is, let's go. And he's like, they're not even like where, they're just like
Yeah.
Right.
Also, for some reason, they can't start the car again. They don't know how to drive it to where they're going.
Yeah.
He like looks at the gear shift like, oh, fuck.
No, he looks at the gear shift because he's like, step on it, my house. And he's like, and
Yeah.
yeah. So he gets him there, right? Meanwhile, back up in the bedroom, they're all being attacked. This is when giant critter like comes through the dresser,
Which is weird. Where is he? Where is he?
Hello, I'm dressed as a dresser.
It's my arm.
I'm cosplaying as bedroom furniture today.
It's me, dressery.
Don't do it.
Hey, dressery, how's it going? Pretty good, Pee-wee.
What's the word of the day?
Critter. Damn. That's a throwback to a weird joke.
Yeah, that's a great
no one
joke.
else knows.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Good morning, Pee-wee. Good morning, dressery.
What if they just kept that one around because it's cool to have in the dresser?
So, yes.
They
At this
get to
point,
the farm.
The bounty hunters, like, they're under attack. They're not going to make it. And then straight up, like, just the front door explodes open.
Yeah.
Right? And Brad's just like, holy shit. Right? He's the original kid that says shit. Fuck
Yeah.
you, Stranger Things. This
No,
is
this
the
is
original.
the
This
real
kid's
kid.
just like, holy shit. Like,
Yeah.
constantly. When he saw that bull, holy shit. Blows that open, and then they just straight up like plugging holes in the whole house.
Yeah,
like,
they're just like,
firing
boom,
on
boom, boom, boom,
critters,
boom, boom.
right? Mom, Dad, April, they all get outside.
Yes.
And that's when Harv shows up as well, as the bounty hunters are kind of like pacing through the house, right, with Brad. Harv shows up, and he's like, I'm here to save the day, doopy doop.
they're like, yeah, fuck you. These weird alien guys are here.
Right?
3-minute response
Bounty
time, am I
hunters are here
right?
to save the day. Harv's like, yeah, not so much. Right? Gets into the front, like, living room, runs into the Charlie bounty hunter, right? He's like, Charlie, you drunk? Right? And that guy picks him up and he's like, you're not going to interfere with our shit. And just throws him out the window. Right? So Harv's down for the count. Not before seeing a critter like roll down the steps, and he's like, God, these guys need some exterminators.
It's so dumb.
Yeah. And so they're upstairs with Brad. They find one in the toilet, the one that was in, on fire. And they just like obliterate that toilet. just
Yeah.
with a cannon.
Yeah.
And then there's another critter that rolls downstairs, and then Brad hears Chewy the cat,
Yeah.
right? Which is like a weird, like kind of like just like Alien, where it's like, don't save the cat.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Who gives a shit about the cat?
That's right. Would
Except
you?
I would
Would you save Beans?
I would save Beans.
Well, that's another thing where I'm like, how the fuck did they not already eat Chewy?
Because they only eat humans.
No, they ate a bull.
No, they just shot him.
It was just weird. I was like, how did the critters not eat the cat?
They don't eat pussy.
Damn. Damn. Oh, man. DJ Khaled.
Shit.
Another one.
Another one. A big gremlin. I mean, fuck critter.
I ain't trying to be like Michael Douglas. Goddamn throat cancer.
Shit. Oh, fuck you.
Wow. Full circle. That was a good one. Good job, buddy.
Thanks.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
So, like, Brad tries to save Chewy and straight up runs into the big one.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, excuse me, dumb.
yeah, he's like, oh, my bad. I gotta go tell some kids they're gonna live in a van down by the river.
He just barrels through the scene.
Yeah.
Like, with his big, dopey feet. like, right? And then you hear like, oh my God, he got April, right? He straight up like Frankenstein's this thing.
Yeah.
Just steals a woman.
Yeah.
Just like, you're mine now.
Yeah.
I got you, bitch. Takes her to the spaceship, right? And that's the weird part where like the bounty hunters just stop being bounty hunters enough for Brad to take over as the hero of the movie.
Yeah.
Right? Like they don't go after the Krites in the ship.
No. They're like, whatever. It's taken care of.
Yeah. I don't understand what they're doing. Because basically, Charlie gets inside the spaceship. Not Charlie, Brad.
Brad does.
Right? Brad gets inside the spaceship. Meanwhile, Charlie also has made it to the farm, by the way. Real Charlie, not bounty hunter Charlie.
Yeah, real Charlie.
On his bike, right? And he is running to Brad, and he's like, they got April. And he's like, what? The aliens? Oh, yeah, cool. Like, he's immediately like, oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's right. Aliens.
Yeah. And then Brad proceeds to go inside the spaceship, accidentally drops a stick of dynamite in there, and then, or like doesn't accidentally, but
he leaves it there.
He doesn't. Well, he tries to light it on his way out.
Yes,
but saves April, wakes her up. She had a harpoon in her neck, but immediately wakes up. Not compared to Mom, who was like an hour out.
That was the Ambien.
Oh shit! And she tweeted a bunch of racist shit.
Yeah, I hate the Krites. Don't cancel my show because I hate critters.
And then Brad like gets her out, then drops the dynamite, and then like gets out of the ship before they take off. Right before they take off, Charlie's like, I got a bottle of booze. Let's do a Molotov cocktail.
Yeah.
Right. And somehow gets lucky enough to like throw it in there and land directly next to the stick of dynamite.
And lights it.
Yeah.
Not before the critters just pull a dick move.
Just straight up, they fly over top the house and are like, fuck you.
And blow the house up for no reason. I love it. But then as they start flying away, the like firework explodes in their ship and blows them up. And they're dead.
Yep. And so then the bounty hunters are like, yeah, sorry about all this.
Yeah.
Here, take this communicator.
Call us anytime.
Yeah, call me.
Yeah.
Right? Call me sometime, kid.
And then Charlie's like, when are you guys going to take me back to the mothership?
It's like Charlie straight up like, well, the Browns don't have a house now, so I'm out of work. You guys need a mechanic?
Yeah.
And like leaves with them. Right.
Then, to be completely honest, I hate this choice. I would have just loved if the house stayed smoldering.
Go on.
But the house reconstructs.
This is weird. So they go back to the house. It's now dawn, right? And apparently that communicator starts blinking.
Yeah.
And apparently that communicator can reassemble houses.
No, he pushes it twice. Because he pushes it once and it just contacts Captain Marvel as he's turning to dust. Yes, it
You mean to tell me that there's a fucking communicator that can just reassemble buildings?
Yeah, I know.
God damn.
What a piece of technology that would help the world.
Charlie, are you going to be around like September of 2001? Because we're really going to need it. Too soon still?
I threw that hunk of junk away years ago after my family's house was built. Fuck everyone else.
Right?
Yeah, so reassembles her house. It's a happy ending.
It's weird because it's just like, why?
Right? It would have been funnier if they were just like, well, it's just like the house was smoldering.
Fun fact, you can see the alternate ending on Facebook.
Really?
I mean, not on Facebook, on YouTube.
Did the house stay smoldering in the original?
Yeah, they just drove away.
Fuck, I love that.
They drove away, and then the camera pans to how it ends, like the actual end, like shot of like just up to the chicken coop, and there's some critter eggs in the chicken coop, and then I guess they're laughing inside the eggs.
Yeah.
We're not fully formed yet.
I'm yolk. Pre-life. Pro-life.
What came before, the critter or the egg?
Yeah.
But the original ending is on YouTube, and it does just like have them get in the car and drive away.
Damn.
Yeah. That would have been way better.
It would have been cooler. It would have been funnier.
This was like a happy ending for no reason.
I'm sure the studio was like, you guys got to give it a happy ending.
I guess.
Well,
whatever.
That's Critters.
That's Critters. Hell yeah. Oh, man. So you've never seen the second one?
No.
Cool.
Critters 2.
Get ready for it. Because it's wild, right? So a little bit, just to get people excited. Don't know when we're going to do it, but like it's like years later, right? For some reason, the critters, like those eggs don't hatch unless they're like directly on like hot heat, like a space heater, which is what happens, right? So those eggs are just straight up chilling in like some like just old antique shop or something, right? Which I'm like, that's weird too.
That's a Gremlins reference.
Yeah, it is. And then this old lady buys the eggs, which they don't look like regular eggs, but it's Easter time, and she buys them for the church, like so the kids can paint them. Kids straight up paint the critter eggs in this movie.
That's pretty good.
Right? Meanwhile, like I said, it's years later, and Brad, as a full-grown, like early 20s adult, same actor, comes back to like just his hometown. Right. And this is where the town itself is way more fully fledged out as a town.
Yeah, not
it has
just
a town square,
a church, a bowling alley, a police department, and a house.
It has a full-on like Kansas town square.
Damn.
Like it's really cool because like that becomes the precipice of the end, the climax, right? And like, yeah, those critters hatch, and then they make a whole hell of a lot more in this one.
And
right?
a critters ball.
Yeah, and a critters ball by the end. And it is wild, and it is great. It is a great sequel that directly follows up to the rest. Charlie's back. Charlie, in the beginning of the movie, it is established he did go with the bounty hunters and become a bounty hunter.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah, so he gets way cooler too. Yeah. So it's a lot of fun. To me, I like that one better. That's the one that I love.
Awesome.
You know, and then the third one is how Leonardo DiCaprio started his
That's
career.
right. He's in the third Critters.
Right? Because more eggs like make it from the end of that one, and they wind up somehow on the RV that they're traveling to Los Angeles with, and then it's an apartment building. And
But when do the Ghoulies get into this?
Critters versus Ghoulies?
Isn't that a movie?
No,
that's Ghoulies versus that's Puppet Master versus Demonic Toys.
God damn it. Yes. So what would you recommend this movie?
Yeah,
absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this movie's a gem.
I'm gonna give it a Jaws 2.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. This is just a really good, fun monster movie.
Yeah.
You know, alien / monster movie. I would give it a solid Jaws.
Damn.
I mean, it's great. It's fun. It's a good movie. Like, it's a solid 80s staple.
Yeah.
That like you want to say, people want to say it's a Gremlins ripoff. I beg to differ completely. It does not have the same style.
No.
It does not have the same feel. It does not, like, the only thing that you're like, it's a ripoff is because the monsters are little.
Yeah.
Like, if that's your only, like, if you want a real ripoff, you go Munchies.
Hobgoblins.
Yeah, like they are. This is its own unique thing, you know?
Yeah.
I love it. I love this movie. So I'm saying Jaws 1.
Hell yeah.
Right? So, you've heard from Tyler. You've heard from me. Imagine, if you will.
Oh my God.
That you have a fiance at home.
That's tough to imagine for you.
It is very tough, but I will try. And she has to painfully sit through anything that you watch because you live in the same home, obviously. And with that, some unfortunate things happen, like having to sit through these bad movies. And that person does have an opinion, and I'd like to hear it. And so would the audience. Ladies and gentlemen, this is What Did Carly Think?
So, Carly watched the beginning of this movie.
Oh, so she saw the weird alien.
She saw the weird alien, and she said, "What the fuck is this?" Then she proceeded to go get ready for work, right? And then I said, "You're going to love this movie. The little creatures are so cute." And then she's getting ready for work, and she says, she's like, "I want to see these creatures," right? And I kid you not, it was not planned or anything, but do you know what scene? Because I've never seen this movie, so I couldn't have planned it.
Right.
Do you know what scene she walked out to come and see?
The big stupid one?
The one where it gets shot and says, "Fuck."
Yes.
She walks out right there and she's like, "Oh, they are kind of cute." And then it was like, boom. And she was like, "Whoa." And then they went, "Fuck." And she was like, "Oh my God." So she liked it a lot. She loves shit like this.
Get her to watch the whole thing.
We're going to watch Critters 2 together.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Yeah, that poor soul had to watch next week's movie with us.
Oh, no. Okay. So, that's what Carly thought. You heard what we thought. Well, there's still a group of people we haven't heard from.
The most important people out there.
The internet. Ladies and gentlemen, these are 5 and 10 star reviews culled from Amazon and IMDb, mostly IMDb. This is Gimme 5. The first one today is written by Jacob John Taylor 1 in 2017. So it's a fairly new review, just titled Really Scary. This movie is very scary. It has a great storyline. It also has great acting. It also has great special effects. 6 is a good rating. But this is such a great movie that 6 is underrating it. All right. This is one of the best science fiction of all time. It is so scary. It is scarier than The Exorcist, and that is not easy to do. It is about Space Monster. Just one.
Just
singular.
one. The big one.
I like Space Monster. Did Charlie write this?
I feel like a 6-year-old wrote it.
I like Space Monster stories. Stephen Herek is a great filmmaker, and this is one of his best movies. This is scarier than A Nightmare on Elm Street, and that is not easy to do. Did he restart?
It's like, okay, I just watched A Nightmare on Elm Street. Is scarier than Exorcist, but this movie is still scarier than that.
I tend to disagree. Mortal Kombat might be a good game, but Donkey Kong is the best game ever made. This is scarier than Friday the 13th, and that is not easy to do.
Okay, I just watched Friday the 13th, and it's scarier than Nightmare on Elm Street and The Exorcist, but Critters is still scarier than that.
It is not a 6. I give it 10 out of 10. Did he read one specific person? It was not scary, 6 stars.
Exorcist is scarier, 6 stars. Do you know what else the director of this directed?
What?
Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Oh, hell yeah. Okay.
And that shitty Three Musketeers movie that came out in 1993. But
what? The Disney one?
Is that the Disney one?
You get the fuck out of here with that review if you said that. The Charlie Sheen?
Yeah.
That movie's great.
Oh,
You're not really saying it's shitty, are you?
It's aight.
What are you talking about?
I thought it was the other one, to be completely honest.
What? The one that's the Musketeer?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, that was bad.
Not that one. That's this one's the Chris O'Donnell one.
Yes.
This one's Chris O'Donnell, Kiefer Sutherland, Rebecca De Mornay looking hot as hell as always.
Damn, this dude directed a bunch of weird shit. He directed Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead.
Oh hell yeah.
The Mighty Ducks. 101 Dalmatians.
What, the film one?
Yeah. Oh man, he's got a weird.
This guy's got a lucrative career. Of
Man
things.
of the House. That
Chevy
Tommy
Chase
Lee
one?
Jones one.
Oh no, not that one with the cheerleaders or something.
Yes, with the cheerleaders.
Oh no.
Yeah, he's got a checkered career here.
Okay.
Hawaii Five-0, MacGyver, Rush Hour.
Rush Hour. Nah.
Rush Hour is in the TV show Rush Hour.
Oh,
yeah,
I was
not
like,
the good one.
Yeah. Well, which one is the good one? The first one?
Oh, Jesus Christ. All right, let's get to those more.
Anyway, he finishes up with one of the best movies I've seen. See it. It is a great movie.
6, but a 10.
Yeah. The next one is written by Zoom 99
Okay.
in 2006, titled A Really Good Horror Comedy. Fair.
Okay.
Yeah. Critters is a classic. Well, not many people know about this film, but for me, it's a classic film, and it will be a classic film for me forever. I hope I'll never forget this film. I hope I don't have dementia.
Do you know how hard it is to tell your dad that's also a shark that Critters exists?
Do you know how hard it is to wake up every single day and have to tell your father that Critters is still on DVD?
That's a deep cut. Back to Deep Blue Sea, ladies and gentlemen.
I hope I'll never forget this film. In my opinion, I'm lucky because I've got the Critters series limited edition Harry box set. So I think episode 1 is the best of the series.
I love Jar Jar.
The Phantom Bounty Hunter.
Every morning, Adam Sandler has to wake up and show me a VHS of Critters so I can remember what's happened in the past 10 years.
Every morning as I'm sailing the Alaskan Sea, I have to watch Critters on VHS.
I have a good life.
I woke up the other day and I had to watch Critters pregnant, which is weird. Anyway, Critters series limited edition Harry box set. So I think episode 1 is the best of the series. It's not too violent, but it's funny. Best horror comedy I've ever seen. Critters is better than Gremlins, and Critters is a better horror comedy than Scary Movie. In my opinion, Critters is the scariest of these films. If you like the horror comedies and you want to laugh, you have to see it. You can't afraid of it. And this is the reason why it's so lovely. Are you agree with me? Critters is the best horror comedy. 10 stars.
Thanks for that, bud.
Nice try.
This next one.
I also forgot grammar in English.
Yeah, this movie's so good, I forgot.
This last one's written by Nate Dogg K3. It was written in 2006, titled Critters versus Gremlins. I would watch that movie.
I would too. That'd be sick.
Right? Yeah. They'd send them to Alaska in a pyramid, and
wouldn't even take place in space. It'd really fucking suck.
Yep.
Somehow the Gremlins are the good guys now.
First of all, I would like to say that this movie is a symbol of greatness. The person that decided to create these movies are simply all that is man. Now to my point. If Critters were to go up against the so-called Gremlin, well, let's just say that the Gremlins are pussies. It would be like watching Ghoulies 4 expecting to be entertained.
Such a dig at Ghoulies.
It is not going to happen. Critters would dominate the Gremlins and then make them eat their poop. Not that I've ever seen the Critters poop.
Okay, bud.
But people say that Critters is a ripoff of the Gremlins saga along with Munchies and the Ghoulies. But I say that is a load of crap. Critters merely made Gremlins look like a ripoff. And now I think that this is all I shall say before I get too personal. The end.
I hate Joe Dante. If I see his face, I'll kill him.
I hate his stupid fucking face.
Why did you make small soldiers?
Damn.
Before I get too personal.
I'll make them eat their poop, and then when they poop out that poop, I'll make them eat that poop.
Sick.
Okay, Jason Mewes.
Oh, shit. So that's Gremlins.
Ah, poop.
I mean, fuck, that's Critters. God, I keep doing it.
Yeah, you did do it. Oh, that's Ghoulies.
Coolies. Anyway, that was Hobgoblins.
Oh, god damn.
Join us for the second in the series, Munchies.
Yeah. Yeah.
What a fun time.
That was great. I had a great time. Ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed this episode, let us know. Share it with your friends. Tell them about it. Tell them about Bombs Away. Let them know that we've got live shows coming up. If you're in the Southern California area, come out and join us for Chopping Mall on August 24th at 7 p.m. at the Frida Cinema in Santa Ana, California. Please come out, have a good time, and then get ready, because next month is going to be just as crazy, just as fun. Get ready for next week's episode, which is Puppet Master, 1989's classic that started it all, the Puppet Saga.
The Puppet Saga.
The Andre Toulon Saga.
That's actually what it's called.
Yeah.
Because they eventually deviate away from that, and then there's two different sagas.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
I like Puppet Master.
Yeah, you do. So share it with your friends. Like us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. That one that we don't pay attention to that much. It's all at Bombs Away Show. You can find T-shirts for Critters. You can find links to the live show, links to our YouTube, all on Linktree. That's linktr.ee/bombsaway-show, and that's where everything can be found. Please share with your friends, and we'll see you next week. I'm Jonathan.
I'm Tyler.
And
Fuck!
This has been a production of Big Bulb Entertainment, executive produced by Jonathan Young. For more media and information, visit us at www.bigbulbentertainment.com. Big Bulb, what's your bright idea?